So a year ago I made a video about the flooding that we had here on the farm, and that is on the Norwegian channel. And I also said there that I was considering selling and moving, but many have asked since then, and from the video it looked like it may be because of the flood that we wanted to sell the farm, and that's not the reason. It's a lot more than that. And so today I want to have a look at the real reason why we were considering selling the farm. But before that, we are going to take a trip out. Today it's pouring down. I have my raincoat on, but you guys also need a raincoat. So I have bought one for you guys as well. So let's take a trip. So we have a roof over our head and the water is heating up, and so we can start our story. And we have to start on the beginning, and that was last year spring when we made our first YouTube video. We started filming our first YouTube video in the spring of 2021. The first thing we filmed was actually not where we pulled out the old trailer, but a video where we tried to scrape moss from the ground with a snowplow. It was an exciting time when we posted our first videos and started getting response on them. We decided quickly to post one video a week, and our channel grew in steps with plants and grass as spring turned into summer. It was easy to make videos because the weather was on our side. At the same time, there was no problems finding topics to film because the projects were in queue along with the everyday chores on the farm. We built a vegetable garden, made a greenhouse, dried hay, and tried out several crazy ideas with a tractor. The farm was buzzing with life, with chickens, lambs, plants and vegetables. And then came the fall and a new problem, the rain. I could no longer take out the camera and make YouTube videos because of the rain. And that gave me a lot of stress because of the weekly schedule that I had started. I couldn't hold it anymore. Tried to find alternative ways to make videos, but it wasn't quite the same. One of the elements that made me love making the videos was the nature and the work outside. Lack of good weather and lighting made it so difficult to stick to the plan that we had to drop the fixed day of publication and instead make videos when we had the time. At the same time, I received some bad news on the health front. Somewhat by chance, my blood pressure was measured at a health check. The nurse who measured it had to measure several times on both arms because she did not believe the numbers she saw. I had double the normal blood pressure. I immediately started on medication and a fairly extensive round of medical tests to find out what caused the high blood pressure, and very intensive testing of the heart to see if it had been damaged by the enormous strain. So when the winter came, things started to get a lot worse. The uncertainty around my health led my thoughts to go to really dark places. And it was not only the darkness inside, but also outside. On our latitude in Norway, the sun is only up a few hours in the middle of the day, in the darkest periods of the year. And that led it to be nearly impossible to be outside and also to make videos and film. I have struggled with the darkness all my grown-up life. At our latitude it is only light outside a few hours a day during the winter months, so with the normal working hours we only get to be outside in the daylight during the weekends. Missing nature and the farm became extra heavy this winter. Fortunately, the heart had not suffered any damage from the strain, but it showed signs of strain in that the heart wall had become thicker. Following a suspicion from the cardiologist, I was also referred to a sleep center, where a large piece of the puzzle was found. I had one of the most severe degrees of sleep apnea they had ever seen. After this, I was put in a new health queue for treatment. So when December was nearing, we started to looking forward to Christmas. But it was also something that got us a bit nervous, and that was the coronavirus was spreading a lot on that time. And it was getting closer and closer to us. And then it happened. 2 weeks before Christmas, the first of our family member got corona. And so we all had to go into house quarantine and be there all the way until Christmas Eve. And after Christmas, I also got a bit of bad news. One of my test results were in, and it said that I had diabetes type 2. My doctor wanted me on medication for diabetes, but I did not want it. I had read up on the side effects and I did not like what I saw. I decided that I would manage this on my own, and I was given a blood glucose meter that I can use every morning to measure the effects of the changes I made. Then the work started with testing out what I could and could not eat. I also got treatment for sleep apnea and was given a sleep machine that could keep the airways open. Slowly but surely, the body responded positively to the changes, and I began to feel an energy and vitality that I had not for a long time. One of the results of the changes was that I also lost a lot of weight. So when we made a video about the flooding in February, it wasn't because of the flood itself that we were considering selling the farm and moving. It was actually because of the winter and how hard it had been on our family. And I think we just wanted to leave everything behind and forget about it and start on a new place. But of course that won't really help anything. You can't really escape your problems. When March came, the weather completely changed. The rain stopped and the light came back. With the light we also started another activity that was positive for the whole family. We tried to go for a walk every weekend. It turned out that there were many trips in the local area that were accessible by stroller. Due to my daughter's rare genome condition called DDX syndrome, she cannot walk very far. After my last trip to the doctor, I also received some good news. The diabetes is completely cured and the heart muscles and walls are back to normal size. And the blood pressure is completely normal. We also got off to a good start with our videos again, and someone may have noticed a difference. Instead of only focusing on the action, I have also tried to incorporate the beauty and tranquility that the nature and the farm gives me. This is so that the videos will awaken the same calmness and joy in you who watch them as they do in me when I make them. But the darkness will still be difficult, and that is because Monday to Friday the few hours of daylight are spent at work, and that means that we won't really be able to be outside at all, only in the weekends. And so it will depend on if we are able to utilize the daylight time enough in the weekends. And the same applies to making YouTube videos outside. That will also be really difficult, because you do need light to make a video. And so if the hours in the weekends are enough or not, we will just see. So I hope that you have liked this video, and if you want to see more videos where I take the camera with me when we are out on trips, then let me know. And then it's only left for me to say thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Bye.